Hi everybody, it's Autumn again, and I just wanted to show you guys a simple tea light petition spell that I learned. I use this a lot. I love it. I actually really enjoy making my own candles, but there are times when you have to do a spell fast or you don't have enough time for it and everything, and this is a good substitute for that. It's just a white tea light candle. They come in these wonderful little cups. So I'm going to show you what I do. Typically, I didn't bring a piece of paper, but you would write down. What I've set up here for is like, basically it would be like a protection spell, so we'll use that as our example. So what you would do would be to write on a very small piece of paper what it's for. You can just put protection, you can put the rune for protection, or whatever symbol you feel is for protection, whatever comes to mind. You could write a small like chant or what you're going to say for your spell on the little paper if you wanted. Anything like that, and you set it in here. So I'm going to start with a simple. If you don't have like other things to do, you know, if you don't have the oils or the herbs or something, you could just write it on a piece of paper and stick it in this little silver cup, and then you would put the candle back in the silver cup and inscribe, oh now it doesn't want to go, and inscribe in the candle, you know, protection or the rune or whatever you would feel like, you know, inscribing in there for whatever thing. For this one, like I said, an example is for protection. So you would inscribe it on here, and I typically use runes because they're smaller and they're easier, and I connect pretty good with runes. So I'll use rune symbols for a lot of things. So I would use a rune symbol. And so that's what you do, and then you would burn it and let it burn out. And when it burns out, this silver cup can fold down, and so you could stick it in like a protection charm bag, or you could just keep it with you as a charm itself. I never throw these away once they're, I'm sorry, I never bury these once they're burned down and I fold the cup over, because they're metal and they're not going to disintegrate in the earth. So I will just let them, keep them around until the spell is complete. Or if it was to banish something or to get rid of some like energy, I would just throw it in the garbage because it's metal. Anyways, and then so if you have a little bit more stuff and you want to elaborate on it a little bit more, what I would do is still write it on a piece of paper, which unfortunately I don't have. So I would write protection or the rune, or for if you're doing it for somebody else, like protection for, and then the person's name, with permission of course. And what I would do is take herb, this happens to be rosemary, and your mortar and pestle, and you would grind it up in here. I have some in there. By the way, if you ever go to get a mortar and pestle, get one a little bit bigger. I got this one because I wanted it to be stone, but I could use a bigger one. Anyways, so what you would do, there's not a whole bunch in here, and you don't need a whole lot of herbs, especially if you need, thank you, son. Especially if you need, you want some more? You're going to have to stop it. Hold on, baby. So you just need like a little bit of herbs, and you could use more than one herb if you want. I just use this for the example.
Come here. Let me see.
Here, answer these ones. And you just stick it in the silver cup with the piece of paper that you had in there. You can use more herbs than that too, it's just what was in here. And then little stones, I use these little, because they're small, these little, just little flake stones. If you don't have these that you found somewhere, necklace jewelry works very well. Necklace jewelry works really well, what you would use for a necklace. And you can get those at any craft store. Joann's or Michael's or something, you could use those too, because they actually sell them in quite a few different like stones. So you could use those, or I happen to have these little flakes, and that's what I would do, is put a few of these in here. This is just like a black onyx stone for protection. So you would put the herbs in the stone and the piece of paper in the cup, and you put the candle back all together. You put the candle back in the little cup, and you would inscribe what you wanted for protection in here. So I'd put like a protection rune, or if it's a person that you're doing it for, you can put the person's name. You can write, like I said before, protection, and then an essential oil This is sage, and you could just put a few drops of the oil on the candle and then let it burn out. So that's like, that one's more like the makeshift make your own candle, the solution if you don't make your own candles, or if you don't have time to make your own candles, you could do that. This little petition tea light candle, and so when it burns down, the paper with the spell or charm is in there, the herbs, the stones are in there, and the oil, it's burned the oil, and so that's a very good and powerful little charm to have. And I use these a lot, and they've worked very well, surprisingly well for how simple they are. You could also, before you light it, you could empower it with whatever protection in this case, or you could fill it with energy, hum or sing over it or you could just hold it in your hand and visualize what you wanted for protection or healing or whatever it would happen to be. And then you just light the candle and let it burn out, and tea light candles take about 4 hours to burn. Let it burn out. Like I said, you fold, and I can show you now that I'm done, you just fold the candle and stuff will all be melted down in there, and you just fold it over. These are really simple to fold over, and it looks like that when you're done. And you could put it in your purse, in your car, anything like that. In this case, protection to whatever. Like I said, I don't bury these. They are metal, so they will not disintegrate in the earth. If I don't want it anymore, if it's to get rid of something, I just throw it away in the trash. So that is the simple tea light petition candle spell thing, and it works very well, and it's very quick, simple, and easy. And actually, you don't need a whole lot to do it. So that's my little candle spell. Have a good day. Blessed be.